Hey there, everyone. How you doing? Just making sure this thing's pointing up. Is this thing on? I sure hope so. Well, it's 2:31 a.m. in the morning. Time for a new update. Let's see if I can get this under 10 minutes. Starting right now. So, I was sorry about that. Mamma mia! Wait. I think my voice is back. Mamma mia! Let's go. I wasn't able to do that before. This is amazing! Yay! My sick voice is gone. That's what I'm talking about. It feels good to be back. Okay. Yeah. The day. Woke up at 8:30. Actually kidding. I was half asleep when my mom was standing above me over my bed, telling me that she was going to church, and then she wanted to see the family video we were working on. So she asked me to open my phone while I was half asleep. So I did. She saw the video, and then she said she was off. And then I said, "Oh, okay." And I stayed in bed for like 4 more hours, and I woke up at like 12 in the afternoon. It was crazy. I got like 10 hours of sleep. I went to bed at around this time, actually, 2:30 last night, but I decided to stay up late again. It's crazy. Anyways, I woke up at around, what's it called again? 12, yeah. And when I got up, I was hungry. So I made bacon, egg, and a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and some coffee. And I had that. I was like eating. I was like, this is amazing. I love it. Woohoo! And yeah, thumbs up. And while I was eating it, I was watching a Red Letter Media video where Mike Stoklasa was putting two guys up against each other for horror movie trivia. Ooh, scary. So it was Jay Bauman against a guy that I don't remember the name of, but he's a voice actor. And he makes very accurate and really cool impressions of like actors, and it's funny. And they were going through obscure horror trivia. It was pretty fun to watch, not gonna lie. Then after that, I remember I was greeted by my family friend who had came in, said hi, said I could have an ice cream from the fridge, and I said, sure, I'll take you up on that offer, but not right now, but thank you. And then our family friend went back to bed. And then my mom arrived back from church, and I greeted her, and we both worked on the family video. And we did it for a while. And it was a lot of fun. We were continuing to bring to life dialogue and edit the video and with like the family photos, and it was pretty cool. And then my middle sister arrived. Apparently my mom asked her to help with working around the house, and she agreed, so she came by and I greeted her, told her I love her, and yeah, she worked on that. And then it was getting close to time for me to go, so my mom said that she would take this meat that she had been brewing for all morning and put it in the container that I got from work, so I could take it to work and heat it up and eat it. And I thanked her. I was like, yummy, this is going to be amazing. So I got dressed. I got into my work garb and I was ready. So I grabbed the container. I said thank you to my mom. I said goodbye to her, that I love her, and then my sister, both my sisters, and her family friend. And I went to my car, but then I realized I was missing something. I did not bring my keys. So I went to bring my keys, and on top of that, I also decided, let me try bringing my sketchbook and my notepad, this notepad, and this sketchbook right here. As you can see, I only have one page drawn on it, so there it is. That's it. Nothing else. I know. I am the world's worst procrastinator when it comes to drawing. But yeah, I brought that in hopes that I would choose to draw while I was either on my break or my lunch break. So I went to work. I punched in, and honestly, pretty busy day. I did my sweeps. I remember I was putting 3 rolls of toilet paper on 3 different fingers and was going around carrying it like it was like a pizza around my job. And I remember there was people seeing me do it, and they were like, "Whoa, you got good balance." And I was like, "Thank you." And I eventually arrived over to my to the restrooms, and I filled each restroom with toilet paper, and the men's restroom didn't have any paper roll for drying your hands, so of course I had to fill that too. So that was done. Then it was just sweeping all around. Pretty cool. And taking orders outside. Nice. Talked to a customer as I was loading their groceries about saving and finances and stuff, and they were pretty interesting. And then they left, and I asked to go on my first break. First break included a trip to the nearest location, give me some free water. Got my free water that I filled in my water canteen, of course. Then I did some breath work, which was very nice. Really enjoyed that. Returned back to work, where I took out the trash and stocked up some bags on the U-boat and started filling all of the primary check stands that were being used. And then it was time for lunch. So I punched out. I said goodbye to my coworkers who were on their way out when I was punching in for lunch. And then I went upstairs, and holy cow, it's been 9 minutes already. That's crazy. Let's see if I can speed this up. So I went upstairs, and before I went upstairs, there was a customer asking where they could find some egg rolls. So I was like, "Oh, let me help you find the egg rolls." I couldn't find them. Then one of my coworkers found the egg rolls, went searching on the website, and then finding the aisle and bringing them to it. So that was really good. I went and I saw those egg rolls. I was like, those look really good. I want some. So I grabbed one. I grabbed some mushroom elixir to drink to help me feel better, because I was still going through the ending phases of a sickness, and I feel much better now, if you couldn't tell earlier in the video. That entire spread of the mushroom elixir drink and the egg rolls, which were 4 for $4, which is $1 an egg roll, by the way, was $8. So it was $4 for the mushroom elixir. Went upstairs, heated 2 egg rolls in the microwave. They were all right, but they definitely would have benefited from the air fryer or the oven. That way they would have been much more toasted and tasty. Put some sauce on them, had that. I was listening to a Simmy and Jimmy video about Spider-Man Brand New Day. It was a really good video. It was very funny. It was basically Simmy and Jimmy talking with his brother and his brother's wife and his brother's friend about the new Spider-Man movie and their opinions on it. And that was enjoyable. They had very funny opinions. I heated up the meat that my mom made and packed in that container for me. I put that in front of me and I ate it. And it was very good. And then, lightning round. After done eating, I washed my food. I washed my food container. You can't wash your food. That's silly. Sorry about that. Not unless you're pre-prepping it before eating it, of course. So, once it was clean, I returned back down, punched back in, took out the remaining trash from the office trash, and another trash in the front that I forgot to take out. It was the online order trash. I'm forgetting what it's called right now. Anyways, took that out, throw it in the back. And there was a guy in the back who was like digging for trash, and he told me that apparently a nearby location was on fire. It was like a recycling center that he frequents when he brings recycling in. It was like, yeah, it was on fire. I couldn't turn any of my bottles in, so did like it. And I was like, oh, sorry about that. Don't remain calm. Don't get me. And then I went upstairs, or up into the building, or from the back of the building. I filled up the bags. I cleared lot. I brought on the carts and signs. I wiped the check stands. I closed the produce blinds. I swept the produce floor and threw away what I swept. Then I wiped down check stand 4, organized the go back so I could go back and take the bag in an efficient style. Asked my co-manager if he'd be chill with me taking them back. I said yes, as long as you do it within the hour. So I did the best I could. I couldn't for the life of me find the apple jelly. I was like, no apple jelly. That sucks. But everything else I could find, but not all was put back because I was called to punch out for the night. So I did. Yeah. And one of my coworkers, apparently they are got a really cool new life change coming, and when I heard about that, I was like 10 out of 10. So yeah, that's really cool. I gave him a thumbs up. And then after that, I went to shout. I said goodbye to my manager, my co-manager. Went in my car. And then turned the ignition. Listened to a musical song on my way home. Arrived. Got out. Heated up the remainder rolls. The what do you call those? The rolls that you eat from the restaurant. I'm forgetting what they're called right now. Oh well, I heated those up. The ones I had for lunch. In the air fryer, they were much better. And I had watched this video called President's Favorite Food, and the three people who were running the competition were ranking the food, and then they would say which party had the better food choices, and apparently the Republican Party won in the video. It was from Max the Meat Guy, and that's what you do. That's what happened. That's how it is, I guess. And then after that, I was eating my egg rolls is what they're called. Yeah, that while drinking 2 cups of pineapple juice and had a ice cream, tube like our family friend let me have. And I had that. It's so good. I give it 2 thumbs up. It was like delicious. And it was time to get ready. I saw my sister. I said hello. Said I'm going to bed. Took my vitamins. Brushed my teeth. Went to my room. She recommended this random song called like the Ode to the Rats or something from a movie, some rando 1982 animated film called Heidi song. I was like, what the heck is this? So I clicked on it and I was like, whoa, this is a really crazy song. But it looks really like well animated for an early 80s movie that's not Disney. How come I've never heard of this? It's like, I feel like I should have heard of this, but I haven't. And so I looked into it and it's like, it's one of those weird, obscure, like Hanna-Barbera films that never was like given a public release. So I was like, dang, that's wild. Or it was given a release, but it wasn't as wide as the Joseph Barbera would have wanted. And like I read he was like upset the film didn't have proper distribution. But I saw like another like clip and it was like this girl had like this dream where she was like dancing with like these creatures, and then like this giant mountain man comes to life and tries crushing everyone, and the music's really like scary but also weirdly fun at the same time. It's a very, very interesting movie. Definitely one of those mystical 80s films, if you know what I mean. Right up there with Neverending Story or Secret of NIMH or Dark Crystal, those kinds of old 80s fantasy movies that just have sort of a magical feel about them that is hard to really nail down. But when you see it, you know it, You don't know until you know. That kind of thing. And that was like, excuse me. Oh, time to make a video. And here's the video. All right, time to read 3 pages of Dune Messiah with my black background. And then it'll be it for today. Bye, everyone.